Good morning, gentlemen. We're on the 102nd segment of the Think Before You Speak series, the laws of Shemirat Halashon with clarity. A few stories. Lilu Nishmat Chafetz Chaim Zechet Tzadik L'Bracha. Lilu Nishmat Rav Chaim Kanievsky Zechet Tzadik L'Bracha. Lilu Nishmat Yedidi Ahovi Rav Zechariah Wallenstein Zechet Tzadik L'Bracha. And also Lilu Nishmat Luz Aliza Bat Henriette and our children that passed with her in the fire. Ruach Hashem Tenichenam Began Eden. These halachot should be a great hatzlacha and shmira and zichut for our bnei chabura that sit and learn every morning from 9 to 11 before they go to work. And these halachot should specifically be dedicated for the shmira malya, the yeshua gedola, and the bsurot tovot, and siyata deshmaya for Chaim David Ben Chaisar. Today's halachot titled the microwave salesman. Okay, so now tell you over how there's a guy in the neighborhood who drives around and he always has a bunch of microwaves in the back of his van. And this guy loves to do chesed. So he's coming around the neighborhood and he sees a bunch of Kolel Yungalite, Kolel Avrechim coming home from yeshiva, and he figures he'll give them a ride. So he pulls up, he says, guys, Rabotai, can I give you a ride? So they jump in. And as he's driving them home, he says to him, hey, you see in the back of my van, I have a bunch of microwaves. And I want to ask your opinion. And he starts telling them that he just bought these microwaves. It was a closeout. And he paid a certain amount of money. And he started describing the microwaves and what condition they were in. And as the rabbis, the young rabbis, the kol guys are listening, they hear that in truth, these microwaves are all refurbished and they were completely not worth what it was that the person who sold it to him for. He turns to him and says, so you think I got a good deal? Now they know he got ripped off terribly. They know that the microwaves are not good quality and the price he paid was really something terrible. So, are they allowed to tell him? But before they tell him, the driver turns to him and says to him, you guys don't know me. I was a commando in the Israeli army. And if you tell me that this guy ripped me off, I want to know about it. Because I'm going to go back and I'm going to blow up this guy's car. I'm going to go back and I am going to put his house on fire, chas v'shalom. I'm gonna really, you'll see what I'm gonna do to this guy. Nobody messes with me and rips me off. Whoa. The halacha is that even though typically you can tell a person if you think they're asking you for your opinion, and you think they got ripped off, you're allowed to tell them that you think they got ripped off if they can get their money back. We spoke about that previously. However, if the person seems like the type that's not going after the refund of money, but he's going after bodily harm or unjust measures or revenge, he's taking it personally that he's going to do something rash, then you're never allowed to tell him that he was ripped off, even if he can get his money back. And this is an incredible thing. So what do? You have to go to Bedin, to competent rabbis, and tell them over the story and ask their advice if to take this guy seriously or not. And if you do take him seriously, only the Bedin can tell you if you have the permission to tell him if he was ripped off on the deal or not. So it's amazing. If you know a shopper or you know someone that bought something that will take unjust measures to go and get back at the people that might have ripped them off, you are not allowed to tell him that they got ripped off. It's absolute rechilut to a very high degree. It's not just causing ill feeling between two Jews. It's causing real bodily harm. It's not stop. And therefore, you go to a bedin and you ask the advice, and they'll give you the permission or not to tell this person if he's a real bodily threat or not. In those type of situations, you got to really feel out who you're dealing with. If you see he's the type of person that's going to take very serious measures. Sometimes certain people have history to have reacted very unjustly to different things that were done to them in a minor way. Then we got to really be careful. This is not about money anymore. This is about blood. Thank you for listening.